Vandal Marquise is the name my mama gave me. I am thinking in this moment really quickly. Might not be quick. Who knows how long this will go? Especially not me. But I'm thinking in this moment: is God greater than your biggest problem? That's been my question for myself today. As I've been reflecting on a lot of different things I've been dealing with and overcoming, is God greater than my biggest problem? And as I'm reflecting on it, I recognize in the ways, all the ways I didn't affirm that. I didn't believe that God was bigger than my biggest problem because I would plan like God wouldn't get me through. I would plan like God isn't going to do a miracle. I'm planning and I'm slightly moving and I'm speaking like, I guess I'll be all right. Versus living into this truth and this knowing and this full acceptance and this full surrender to the greatest possible outcome. Like I said, is God bigger than your biggest problem? Am I speaking like God is greater than my biggest problem? Am I acting like God is greater than my biggest problem? Am I planning like God is greater than my biggest problem? Because God is greater than my biggest problem. Anything I'm going through in the world, God will bring me through. I can't just expect for the greatness to show up because me, well, prove to me you God first. It's like, no, believe in God first, Marquise. It's like, prove to me you're God first is where the danger starts. Well, you got to give me a reason to believe in you. My existence is enough reason. Like, I used to talk to my students about that. I'm like, are you the reason you're breathing right now? Yeah. I was like, how are you breathing? I was like, okay, but like how? Like why? Who's responsible for that process? What part of that do you fully control? Are you responsible for your nervous system functioning the way it does? Are you responsible for every organ and every like signal that's helping you breathe fire at the right time? Are you the reason that your lungs are completely healthy? Like it's certain things you ate, but like it's babies that are born with one lung. There's people that are born with like missing limbs. Like it's so many realities within this one experience. And some of us happen to be blessed with a fully functioning reality. Some of us happen to be blessed with all of the resources we need at every point of our experience. Some of us get to live to old age and never be violated, never have violence put against us, never have like just bad days. Some of us, somebody out there possibly, somebody's been blessed to have a curated experience in that way. Or somebody's been cursed because some people don't consider that a blessed experience. But I'm just thinking in this moment, like, is God greater than my biggest problem? Because if, like, I believe that, I gotta live like that. I gotta really honor that reality. I think sometimes in my experience, I've allowed my problem to be bigger than God. Now, God can't get me through this. I don't trust you. God, I don't have enough faith. I don't believe that you really, how? I'm asking how so much that I'm actually saying, how is God going to do it? How is anything going to get me through this? And in that moment where it's like, I let it go. I got it. I'll be all right. I'll be safe. Something miraculous happens. And somehow, many people find ways to take credit for that too. So it's interesting. Really interesting. I've just been analyzing and observing my own experiences. It's things that I've been going through and I've made it through. And I can't give credit to anything, anybody other than a power greater than my own. I definitely acknowledge the ways that I showed up, but I also recognize I was blessed to have the ability to show up. Like I'm blessed to just show up. It's no, like, it's a certain point where it's nothing that I'm fully responsible for as to why I'm who I am. What is my name? Brian Enthusiasm. I like that name, Brian. Creative. Very creative. My name, I'm Marquise. That's my name. Marquise. My mother gave me that name. My father gave me that name. You know, I'm driving. Let me not look at the chat. But I hope you all are saying kind things within the chat as I'm looking away and paying attention to this road. Because we do not want to harm others. We do not want to harm ourselves. But yes, I am Marquise Brian Enthusiasm. I am Marquise, and I am a guy from a place and all these other things that I talk about. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. As I said, I'm just feeling really grateful this day. This day that wasn't guaranteed. This day I'm not entitled to. I had some moments with a friend that made me get really introspective about myself. Like, am I these things? I must challenge this. I must recognize the ways that I could be. But yes, that's dope. Chadney. I want to always pronounce names right because it's really important to me. I know I don't, but I want to. So, Chandni. It's a fun name. Marquise. It's funny because people call me Marcus. They've called me Marquis. They've called me Marquis. Marquis is one of those ones. Marquess. I'm like, how do you get that out of there? You went digging for that. But ultimately, that is my question for the day. Is God bigger than your biggest problem? And if God is bigger than your biggest problem, act, speak, and plan like that, Marquise. Do all of those things, Marquise, and you'll be blessed. Speaking to myself now. What do I think about racism in my country? Does it look like it is in the movies? Police arrest you without permission. There's a lot of nuance. Sometimes it is moment to moment. Sometimes it is very easy to spot. I definitely acknowledge racism is a very real reality for a lot of Black Americans, minority Americans, Latino Americans, Latinx Americans, just minority groups in general. Racism is impacting our experience in this country. I think there's ways around it. I think there's ways around everything that can be a hindrance to the livelihood, the fulfilling, like the possibility of living fulfilling lives. But I can't have a conversation that is centered around racism doesn't exist but I think that there's space for it not to be a part of the history that we create within the next 50 to 100 years. But that would take a lot of intention and love and forgiveness and grace and understanding and compassion and some like really needed things in the world. And I look forward to those things being put into the sphere, but I also understand that there's another energy out here that don't want any of that. It's hurt, it's bitter, it's broken, and it's not looking to be healed. And there's no shame, honestly. You're not looking to be healed. Go be broken where broken things are broken. But I think the part that I center more than anything is not allowing other people, not bringing your brokenness to other people. I've done that, and I'm felt shame about it. And then I realized that like the shame isn't gonna help. I gotta be conscious of maybe I need to do some inner work out the way and then come back into space. So that's my thought right now. Police do have the ability to arrest people without permission, without just cause. They have that ability. They have exercised that ability. It is not a thing that I respect, not a thing that I think is fair or just. And we're working through that as a society. I mean, they're still putting people on death row. They're still murdering people. The state is still murdering people. Racism is still very much an active reality. I happen to live in a majority Black city, but that is not the reality for most of the country. And there are times where there's an expectation that you must move a certain way in certain spaces. I just say keep your head on the swivel everywhere you go. But it is what it is. I think life is what we make it. I think that when I'm dealing with troubles, I pray. I go to people that I can confide in. I, I do therapy. I think therapy is awesome. I think finding a good therapist is a blessing. I've been blessed to have a good therapist and good experiences within therapy. I think exercise helps. I think loving your body, honoring your temple goes a long way. I'm a yoga instructor, so I tell people, I share with people the benefits of yoga whenever I had the opportunity to. Also understand it's not a comfortable reality for everybody. It's not is accessible to everybody because of mobility challenges. But there's also practices that allow you to do yoga through mobility challenges. So I think life is actually very beautiful. I think life can be very simple. I think life can be very easy. I don't think life is hard. I think some people's experience is difficult. I won't deny that. Like some people have a very difficult experience here. And I have plenty of people to encourage me. I've been blessed to have a lot of people encourage me and speak light over my life. You know, something slight. But I'm gonna get off of here. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope you have your best day. I am a guy from a place, Charm City, Bedford, Keys, Vandal, Marquise is the name my mama gave me. I'm here, and now I'm not. Y'all be blessed. Bit, built in private, blessed in public. Love it.